Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome. I'm 𝘨𝑢𝘮, and I've got Tez with me today. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hello.
We're going to do some training today. So basically, the guys and I, we've been working hard at getting better and faster at sim racing for about 6 months now, and we're really making some tremendous progress. But what we've realised is that we keep hitting this barrier, which is that we're always basically using default setup with maybe a minor tweak here or there. What we need to do is start getting into the habit of and understand how to set up a car to suit our driving style, if you will, just to eke out those last sort of few seconds and milliseconds and whatnot. So this is the first ever attempt at doing that. I was up until 5 a.m. or later than that, if Tez is correct, working on just basically formulating some ideas, then putting them together, hopefully in a way that's going to make it easy for anyone at all to be able to set up their own car and get faster. So whilst I might give Tez a couple of pointers on, you'd be faster if your line was further out here or whatever like that, the primary focus of today is setting the car up so that Tez feels 100% confident with it and therefore can push harder and ultimately get faster lap times as a result, and not so much me giving him tips on, where a faster line is or whatever. So, are we ready?
Right. Quick question. Right. Have you set the lobby up correctly? Because I don't normally race in the McLaren. I normally race in the 911.
All right. You didn't pick your car.
It wouldn't let us. It just said it was McLaren or nothing.
Oh, really? Okay, right, that's my mistake. I'll go back and fix that in a second, sorry. Right, so this is Tez driving, people. What we'll do, Tez, to start off with, mate, is we'll just have you do 3 laps.
Right.
And I want you, there's no damage on, so you don't have to worry about anything. I just want you to go balls out as fast as you can. Don't worry if you crash, it's not relevant. We just need one decent, clean lap as fast as you can do it, just so we know where your limits are. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to be making a few notes from my end. So if I'm quiet, it's not because I'm falling asleep, it's...
that bloody corner. Every time.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll fix that today.
Yeah, please do, because that corner does my head in. Right, the brake bias is fine, because we fiddled with that last night. That sounds gross, but it's not meant to be taken that way. Advanced setup. Let's have a look. Right, the rear downforce is 2, that's fine. Don't understand what any of that means. Drivetrain, fuel, blah blah blah. That's all fine. Done. Options. That's what I was looking for. Controls. 29. That's for configuration. Steer. Put that up to 40.
So what have you changed?
Just the sensitivity on the wheel. The steering.
Okay. Is it too heavy or too light? What was the problem?
It was kind of, how would you describe it? Probably too light, if I'm being honest. Poo.
Fair enough.
That was my bad. I changed up instead of changing down.
No worries. Just the first lap time?
Yes.
4:18.
Yes.
What's your current personal best? Do you remember?
4:12.
4:12. Okay. So you've only been using a wheel for how long?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And obviously, at the beginning of the 3 weeks, you were doing like 4:30 and above sometimes.
Yes.
So you've slashed that by a good 20 seconds, and you're heading in the right direction. So you're going to take huge chunks out of your time today. You know that, right? What sort of time would you be happy with achieving today?
Honestly, I'll be happy with a 4:10.
You're going to absolutely dominate 4:10. That's not going to be a problem. I'm thinking. I know you're mentally capable of doing 4:02.
Yep.
You've done it before. So, what is different for you between the controller and the wheel at the moment? Where's the disconnect? Where's the lack of confidence, or where is it more difficult? What's going on?
You know, the best way to put it, you know, when a child is coming away from its mummy for its milk.
Yeah.
Well, the controller to me was like that.
Right.
Because I've been playing with the controller for 25 years.
It's fair to note as well, you were driving automatic gears and third person view.
Yes.
So I've taken you completely out of your comfort zone and chucked you into this car.
Basically, yes.
But you're doing well with it, and you said you're enjoying it, so it's not like...
I'm enjoying it.
What I want you to do is go out there again and drive like you're on the controller.
Oh, right, okay.
So it doesn't matter if you come off. The more you come off, the better it's going to be for me, because I can see which corners you've got nailed and which ones you're still working on.
Right, okay. Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slight change of tactics. Let's get that corner fixed before we press on. So what you're doing is you're tapping the brakes at the worst possible moment.
Right.
Right, so just stop here a second. So we've already spoken yesterday about getting over on that white line.
Yes.
You know you can go really far over there, right?
Yeah.
So drive on up until you come to the white lines that are going across the track. There should be 2 of them, I think. Or 3 of them if you include that little white one there. So that's 1.
This one coming up.
2. Yeah, so get a bit more left and stop here a second. Perfect, right? That's kind of the angle you want to be coming into that at. Okay? Now, what you cannot be doing whilst you're going into that corner is touching those brakes until the car is straight, because it's just going to spin on you. Yeah. So you need to either control it in maximum gear or use the gear. So you take your foot off the accelerator, which will give you a bit more control over the steering, and then you can just drop a gear, and that will help you slow the car down without having to touch the brakes. So just drive on up and go into the corner. So you're going to be maximum speed here, off the power, turn in, drop a gear, see where that white line is.
This one coming up, yeah.
Drop a gear there. As soon as you get to that point, you should be straight enough to hit the brakes. Okay? If you do that, that'll stop you spinning on that corner. Once we've got the car set up a little more to your liking, you should be able to do that flat out. Right. But as it is at the moment, this will at least get you through that corner without spinning, and it'll give you the confidence to hit it hard.
Right.
So Tess, how familiar are you with the concept of grip?
I'm pretty thingied on it, yeah.
You're clued up?
Yes.
So you understand that you've got a maximum amount of grip on that car?
Yes.
And if you put 100% of the brakes on, then all of the grip is on the front tyres?
Yes.
So in order to be able to turn, whilst braking like that, you're going to have to get a little bit of something back to the wheel. So you've got to release some of that brake.
Yes.
So have you looked into, are you aware of or are you using trail braking? I haven't really looked, to be fair.
I'm going to be honest and say I haven't a clue what you're talking about. Alright. Basically, I'm not going to BS your viewers, right? I kind of go into the game and just wing it.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people do.
That's me being brutally honest.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Trail braking is, so like, let's say your basic racing technique is you drive along the straight, you hit the brakes, and then you lift off the brakes and go into the corner and then you power out of it, right?
Yes.
Trail braking is basically that, but instead of lifting off the brake, you stay on the brake, but a lot less than you were. So you're coming down the straight, you've got a sharp corner coming up, you're 100% on the brakes, around about the 50-metre mark, just as you're about to turn in, you lift off that brake just a little bit. So instead of being 100%, you're now 75%. Yeah? That gives enough grip back to the front tyres to allow you to turn the wheel in. But it's still slowing the car down.
Right.
Yeah? And you're still using the brake, so not only is it slowing the car down, it's also allowing you to control the car in a way that allows you to get tighter into the apex. So what that will effectively do over time, as you get used to it and you perfect it, is it will allow you to brake later and go through the corner quicker. So that's a very basic example of trail braking. Okay, go. Let's see it. No brakes around this corner. You can drop a gear, you can take your foot off the accelerator, but don't touch the brake until you're back on the straight.
I just took my eye off of it.
It was almost there though, right?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not going to be big-headed. Oh shit! I don't normally go off on that one.
Save that. You normally you nearly saved that rather.
I did.
Very tight.
And even with an off, I still did a 480.
Well, there you go. Nice.
Wasn't quite there.
Alright, we'll get on that.
I had the rough line though.
Yeah, it was looking good. It's a lot better. What's that doing for your confidence on that corner?
Better, a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Oh, sugar.
Right, there's a little hill there.
Yeah.
Just as you come over that corner, there's a little hill. And if you're not careful, it'll do that to you.
Yeah.
So what's happening is, it basically, as you go over the hill, it lifts you up and then drops you. So the suspension suddenly has no weight between the wheels are not attached to the floor properly, and when your weight comes back down, the tyres are spinning a little bit extra faster and it kicks you off to one side or the other. It's a nasty little corner.
Which is bizarre because I don't normally hit that hill.
Well, I was going to say to you, it only really affects you when you're at pace. When you're going really fast, that's when it can come out and bite you.
Yeah.
So you need to be ready for it every single time. There's a couple of ways you can deal with it. You take your foot off the accelerator, which then doesn't get the wheels spinning once the weight is off the car. You can take a slightly different line through there so you're not going over the main hump of the hill. Or you can go up gear, short shift, which obviously then slows down the amount of acceleration that you've got, and it just makes it easier to deal with. And any which way you deal with that, you've always got to remember that it's there, and it's going to flick you out to the right.
Yes.
So just be ready for that. You know, very light on the steering, wait for that force feedback, and counter it. Nice. No,
Oh
you got it,
no!
you got it, 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 you got it. Yeah, there you go, you're still on. Keep going. Nice. Good recovery.
Oh yes, I saw the hill.
Yeah. It's always going to be there, so always be wary for it.
It's funny because until it happens to you, you don't notice it.
No, no.
And then once you saw it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, exactly. This is about learning the track and understanding. Because I mean, it's a laser scan track, so it's very accurate. Nice. That was a very late braking for you. That was a lot later than usual.
Yep.
Now, when we start practicing on trail braking, you'll find that that will be a lot easier to do and a lot quicker as well. Just drop down to 5th before you go into that corner. In Indianapolis, I mean. And take it in 5th to start with, because that'll give, it's exactly the same doing it in 5th as it is doing it in 6th. But it just slows everything down a little bit. It gives you a little bit more time to centralise yourself, so to speak. So as you come up to Indianapolis, just drop down into 5th, and then as you're going onto the corner, drop down to 4th, and you'll find you've got loads of time to slow down and turn in. Look at that. How easy was that, right?
Mint.
And you do that exactly the same, except you're going to go from 6th, 5th into the corner, and then 4th when you're on the straight bit instead of 3rd. It's a little bit more time sensitive, but it's exactly the same move. Yeah, you don't need to drop down to 4th. You don't need to drop down to 4th. Next time you come into Porsche curves, just try and no power, no throttle, no brake. Just
drop the 5th and let it glide.
Yeah, so hit the brakes in a straight line and drop down to 5th gear. Right, we're talking no more than a second on the brakes, right? Brake, down a gear, off the brakes. And then just try and don't put any throttle on it at all. Just try and hold it round that corner and feel what the car's doing. Brake, 5th, hold the corner. See what I mean?
Yep.
And then you can get the power on as soon as you feel comfortable then. Alright? So that's how you're going to take the... Go on.
So all that time I've been doing that in 4th when I could have done it in 5th?
Yeah.
Ah.
And as soon as you have control of the car there, you can put your foot flat down. You don't need to lift again until corner 3. Before we go out again, can you just check your setup and tell me what your traction control and ABS settings are?
Yeah. Traction control's on 6. Anti-lock brakes is on 8.
Right. Swap your ABS, anti-locking brakes, down to 3.
I was going to say that.
And bring your traction control down to 5 as well.
All right. Done.
And I think we'll stick with 60/40 because that seems to be working for you for now. What we'll do is we'll revisit these things like at a later date, and then when you're driving faster, maybe you'll want to bring that down by 5% or up by 5%. Depends on how you drive and how you feel in that car, I guess. But we'll drop those two things down. We just need a clean lap out of you, really, mate. Kind of getting to the mentality a bit. Like earlier on, I was telling you to give it like full baked beans, yeah?
Yeah.
So based on that, I could see pretty clearly the corners that you have the biggest difficulty with, right? We've fixed corner 1.
Yeah.
The
Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis we've done. We've started working on Porsche curves. Dunlop curve is absolutely fine now. We've just done a little bit on Dunlop chicane. Sorry, not Dunlop chicane, the S's.
Yeah.
Mulsanne, you're absolutely fine with. We don't need to work on that at all, really, at the moment. So yeah, we're making good progress. But what I'm going to say to you is sort of instead of pushing now, try and keep about 75%. Let the lap time come to you. Yeah, don't go chasing it. Just try and keep the car as clean and tidy as you can through all the corners, and you'll find that just by being smooth and clean and in the right gear at the right time, your lap time will start to tumble anyway, naturally.
Right.
But by dropping your ABS, I think your braking is going to be a bit better. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Remember, brake, third gear, hold the corner. Power on, power on. Good. Very clean. Don't forget the hill. Lovely. Right, good. You may find that braking feels different going into the chicane. Don't panic. Stay with it, you'll be fine. You may find you're braking a lot quicker than you were before, even though you're doing the same thing.
Oh, dear me. What a difference.
So do you understand what ABS is and what it does?
Yeah, it's a pain in the arse.
But do you know what it is? Do you know why that feels different?
Well, I'm guessing there's less braking involved and more manual control, I'm guessing.
So what ABS does, ABS is designed for when people have crashes in the past, in the 40s, 50s and 60s and whatnot, even the 70s and 80s perhaps. When you hit the brakes full on, the tyres lock up. Yeah? So you can't steer because you've only got so much grip and you've put all of that grip into your brakes on the front tyres. What ABS does is it very, 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 very quickly goes brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, like that. So every time it lifts off, it gives you a bit of ability to steer.
Yeah.
But what that does in return is make your braking distance much, much longer. So by turning the ABS down, it engages less often and gives you more braking time and less steering time. But in a straight line, that's fine, because that's what you want.
Ah, shit.
Watch the hill. Nice.
I take a lift off for the hill now.
That's fine. Once you get more confident with the car, you'll find that you can power through that and it doesn't become a problem anymore. In fact, it's a little bit of fun in an otherwise very boring long lap. Right, let's get Indianapolis clean this time, and then we're ready for a full lap. So give it a bit of brake, down to 5th, and then do your thing in the corner. Get us straight. Don't do the forbidden. Double taps the gears. Beautiful. Absolutely bang on. That's lovely. Really nice. That's the best you've taken it all day. Get your line, power on. Perfect. Absolutely spot on. Right, if you could pull it all together, mate, I think we'll come in with a 410 or less here. Let's try not to worry about the time too much.
The thing is with me, I can't do 75% to 𝑐𝑉100 on nothing. That's the thing.
That is a skill. Like everything else in racing, that's a skill you have to practice and learn.